Welcome back to PSL Living. I'm Sarah Prohaska, Public Information Officer for the City of Port St. Lucie. The safety of pedestrians has always been a top priority for city leaders in Port St. Lucie. And in 2006, the city prioritized building sidewalks around schools. Here to tell us a little bit about what's happened in the past 10 years with sidewalks is Jim Angstadt. He's the city's Public Works Director. Welcome, Jim.
Thank you.
So tell us what happened in 2006.
Well, in our city leaders, city council, I identified the need to begin a sidewalk program to provide safer refuges for pedestrians and our children. And they focused on three main criteria.
Okay.
Focused in the areas surrounding schools. They focused on our major roadways, and the last criteria was connectivity, to connect the sidewalks that were existing in the city at the time. So we established a program. We started with a set amount of funding.
Okay.
And over the course of the 10 years, that funding has been raised to now we in the upcoming budget year, we have $1 million dedicated to city sidewalks. And part of our program throughout the course of the 10 years was we went after every grant we could find. So currently, to date, we've installed over 25 miles worth of sidewalks.
Okay.
To the tune of about $8.8 million.
Okay.
Now, it's important to note that those were not the only sidewalk projects. Those were funding and amounts dedicated to sidewalks. But Public Works and our engineering department, with City Council support, we've also undertaken a number of roadway projects where the City Council directed us to install sidewalks as part of those projects.
Okay.
So an example would be Crosstown Parkway. Would be, there's almost 12 miles of sidewalks on that roadway existing, and then we'll add, when the new bridge goes through, we'll add more.
Okay. Okay. So can you talk about some of the sidewalks that have recently been built?
Most recently, we completed a sidewalk on Darwin Boulevard in the southern area of the city, as well as Savona, stretching from Gatlin down to Becker Road.
Okay.
And those projects are interesting in that we crossed a major canal.
With the bridge?
And installed pedestrian bridges in lieu of running the sidewalk on an existing bridge that has some issues where we couldn't widen the bridge out. Okay. So we were able to negotiate with FDOT to help us fund for pedestrian bridges, and it adds an amenity to the neighborhood.
They're pretty.
And keeps people walking and moving, and you'll notice, when we complete a sidewalk project, usually our residents are on there right away. Usually even before we complete construction, they're walking and using them.
So. So it's not just the students walking to school, it's the joggers, it's the people out for their nightly walk, that sort of thing too.
Yes.
And it is important to note that in 2006, one of the reasons why this became a priority was because people were standing on streets. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, kids waiting for buses. They'll be, our streets are about 20 feet in most residential streets. Some of the major arterials are a little bit wider, and until we can improve them and widen them, they're standing by streets. There's a number of buses running through that area. So we've also, as part of, in conjunction with the sidewalk program, we've installing in some areas some bus stops to shelter some of the kids. So we have those throughout the city. Part of our Public Works also is responsible for roadway striping and signing and the school flashers. And the crossings, And crossings. So we go through, we inspect the roadway crossings throughout the course of the summer, and then we enhance where necessary, the crosswalks. And then also we make sure all the flashers are working. We have over 30 flashing signals at the city to make sure that warn our drivers that you're coming up to a school crossing, you want to slow down. We make sure those are up and running.
Oh, great. In this school year, where are some of the new flashers? Do you know?
Well, we didn't install new flashers as much as we made sure the existing ones are working. And also the striping, we've enhanced some striping on I believe on Leonard for the Village Green Elementary. We have in front of Centennial and the K-8 up there. We've on St. Lucie West, on Cashmere. We've enhanced those, cleaned them up so that when people come up, they'll see them.
Okay. What do you have on the horizon? What's in the design stage now, or that you're planning on?
Well, one of our bigger projects is on Tulip Boulevard. We have some sidewalk we're currently in design with a commitment from FDOT for assisting us with construction. We're working on a project on Selvitz Road. And that would tie in with the new roundabout that's going to be constructed next year.
Okay.
But we have a sidewalk project that'll connect to an existing sidewalk up by Macedo on Selvitz, and then we're designing a sidewalk on Idle down in the southern area of the city.
So they're all over the city. These sidewalks.
Yes, we're focusing kind of on still building out by schools.
Yeah.
Extending from so we have a program. We have a priority list. We are into our what's called our phase 4 priority.
Okay.
And then we're finishing up the phase 3. And we attack the projects as we can, as funding is available. Some of them are larger; they may be held off a little bit as we do attack some of the smaller ones. And then, as we get new funding in the next year, we got more funding, so we'll add more sidewalks.
Okay, great. I have an idea. Why don't we go out and look at some of these sidewalks, some of these projects that you might have under construction right now? Is that
sure?
Good?
Let's go.
All right, thank you.
All right, Jim, we're out here on Cameo Boulevard and just north of Port St. Lucie Boulevard. What's this project going on out here today?
We're here on the Cameo Boulevard Sidewalk Project. It is a 1.7 mile concrete sidewalk project going on, extending from Port St. Lucie Boulevard north to Cameo Boulevard.
Okay.
Main purpose of the project is to provide connectivity between Port St. Lucie Boulevard and Cameo, and it's also within 2 miles of a school, so it will provide a safe walking path for any children who are walking to the St. Lucie West K through 8 or Centennial High School.
Oh, okay. Yep, they're right next to it. What about, how does it tie into Crosstown?
Well, it ends at its northern end at Crosstown Parkway, which has existing sidewalks that were constructed as part of that part of the Crosstown Parkway project.
So that's more connectivity between the city sidewalks?
More connectivity within 2 miles of a school and pretty much on a major roadway.
Yes.
Cameo Boulevard is a collector or a minor arterial, so it gets a lot of traffic.
Yeah, we've seen.
It is a wider right-of-way, so we got a lot of room to put a sidewalk in, and that's what we're undertaking.
And refresh my memory again, how long is this sidewalk, did you say?
1.7 miles.
Okay.
It is being constructed with the assistance of the Florida Department of Transportation. They are providing the majority of the funding for construction.
Okay, great. All right, thank you so much for showing us this project.
Thank you.
One of the great sidewalk projects under construction in Port St. Lucie right now.
Thank you so much. That was so informative. We really appreciate you giving us that tour.
We are available here anytime. If you'd like to go out and see stuff, we're always happy at Public Works to help.
Oh, great. And I'm sure the public will be excited to know they'll have some new sidewalks very soon and plenty of sidewalks to enjoy right now. All right. And we'll be back after these messages.